going to begin by combining the ingredients for our powdered base. So in this large red bowl, I have 416 grams of baking soda. Over here I have 208 grams of citric acid. And in here I have a mixture of 80 grams of Epsom salts and 40 grams of cream of tartar. Just gonna give this a quick stir and break up any really obvious large lumps. Up next, we need to melt our oils. So in this little measuring cup, I have 16 grams of polysorbate 80, which helps the 32 grams of Takuma butter solubilize with our bath water so we don't end up with a bunch of oil floating on top of our bath water. So I'm just going to go melt this. You could do this in a water bath or in the microwave. All right, so that took 80 seconds in the microwave and a couple bursts. So we're gonna drizzle this in here and then start to blend it in with our spatula. So now I'm going to weigh out our fragrance. For these bath bombs, we need 8 grams, and I'm using balsam cedar. If you'd like to use essential oils, please go down to the description box below this video and click through to find this recipe on my blog, where I have detailed options using essential oils as an alternative. Once you've got pretty good incorporation with the spatula, get in there with your fingers and start kind of crumbling everything together like if you were making, scones or biscuits. So of course we're not worried about over mixing and making tough biscuits with this project. So yeah, just kind of pinch and rub until you have a nice uniform mixture. You're not finding any big blobs of oil anywhere. I'm gonna take a handful of this, give it a squeeze, and a little bit of a tap. And so that's about what we want. We want the mixture to be holding together reasonably-ish without, before we start adding any water type ingredients. So we are ready to now add our water type ingredients, which are witch hazel and then some 70% isopropyl alcohol. And so we're using these liquids rather than water because they trigger much less of a reaction. The alcohol, even less so than the witch hazel. So we're going to start with the witch hazel and get it till it's pretty much perfect, and then we'll just sort of push it over the edge with a bit of the rubbing alcohol. So we're gonna do a couple spritzes and then really quickly work to distribute it. Okay, well, let's try a test bomb. So I've got my mold here. So we want to do big scoops and just a light tap. We do not want to pack it down yet, otherwise they won't stay together. So press together, dust off. Typically you want to do that with a spoon. I don't have one within arm's reach. I need to go get one. All right, looking good. All right, well, we can start putting our bath bombs on our tray and start molding. All right, so now it is time for our mica drizzles. So this time around, I'm actually using isododecane instead of 90 or 99% isopropyl alcohol. And that's because I don't have any 99% isopropyl alcohol right now. I thought I did, and I just turned my entire house upside down and I can't find it. But isododecane is a very lightweight, volatile, fast evaporating liquid that I have been using in cosmetics, and it doesn't, as you can see, make the bombs fizz like crazy. So it's a pretty good choice, but I assume most of you will probably just prefer to use your 99% isopropyl alcohol because it's probably something you already have. All right, well, I think that looks pretty good, pretty like funky and abstract. I was kind of thinking of the top of the Christmas tree soap before I swirled it and was thinking like, hey, let's kind of get that like abstract, splattery kind of thing going on with these bath bombs. But yeah, after this, all that's left to do is leave these to dry for at least 24 hours, and then you are good to go, good to use, good to gift. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Do remember to go down to the description box below this video and click through to find this recipe on my blog, where you'll find links to all of the ingredients, information on substitution,